Good. Raise your hand if you're excited.
Yeah. Oh.
Thank you. Raise your hand if you're nervous. A lot of parents raising their hands on that one. Raise your hand if you're both. Okay, thank you. It's completely normal to be nervous. I am starting my 7th year of teaching, and I always get nervous the night before the first day of school. It's like Christmas. It's like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen tomorrow? What's going to go on? I have no idea. So just rest assured, everything will be great. We have a great staff here. We have a lot of support people that are in the building the first couple days of school to help you navigate the building. So you'll be fine. I know that probably lockers are always a big concern. We'll help you with those as well. So, in addition, well, first of all, this is my 7th year of teaching. I'm a teacher consultant. My name is Mrs. Foreign. In addition to being a teacher consultant, I'm also the girls basketball coach. So if you're interested in playing basketball, come see me. I'll be able to answer any questions that you might have. And then also I've been a lunchroom supervisor. This is going to be my 6th year being a lunchroom supervisor. So I'm very familiar with the lunchroom, and I should be able to answer any questions that you might have. So in the lunchroom, you will notice that we have 2 doors. The far door, the south door, that is the door that you will always enter. There's a couple reasons for that. One, during the lunch hours, we have 800 students that are trying to get down this hallway, into this room, and then back out to class. It's a lot of students in a short amount of time, so we need to make sure that we are running efficiently. All students walk on the right side of the hallway, they enter through the south door, and then they exit through the north door. Once you come into the lunchroom, the first couple days, you will be able to sit wherever you would like. You are able to meet new friends, get acclimated to what the lunchroom is going to be like. After a couple days, though, we're going to ask that you sign up for a table. There's 12 students that sit at a table, and there's a couple of reasons why we actually ask you to sign up. I know when you think, oh, assigned seats in the lunchroom, oh, really? But there's a couple of reasons. We need to know where you're at. It's a safety concern. If we have the office come down and say, we need to find the student, do you know where they're at? It's a lot easier for us to find the student that's sitting at the same exact table every single day rather than the student that's bouncing around to 8 different tables all the time. The other reason is because if there's ever a mess left behind by a table, we're able to talk to that table specifically about our expectations and say, you know what? You guys really kind of left a mess underneath the table. Can we please work on that, and hopefully we don't have to deal with that again. There is some consequences for leaving a messy table, but we can get into that later because it's more about being positive and learning what the good things about the lunchroom are. All right, so once you're seated at your table, the lunchroom supervisors will actually start calling up tables. You'll notice on the back wall there's numbers, and that will tell you which row you're in. This is row 7. And then row 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On the first day of school, row 1 will probably be the first row called just because we keep track of it. And then on the second day, row 2 will be called first, and row 3 will be called first on the third day. We do this so the students have an equal opportunity of getting their lunch first every couple of days. So once you do get called up, make sure you have your ID. How many of you are familiar with having a school ID? How many of you had to use it in the lunchroom last year? None of you, right? All right, that changes. At the middle school, one of our biggest rules is you must always have your school ID with you. It goes back to safety. If we ever need to know your name, or if we ever need to contact anybody, we want to know who you are by your picture and then by your name. Also on your student ID is your student number. You'll be using that to check out books in the library, but you also need to use it every day to buy your lunch. Parents can put money on their student ID card and use that, and the students can scan it, and then the money will be directly taken out of the account. So if you don't want to send cash with your student every day, you can do that. That's an option. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. You can continue to send cash with them, and then they can use their card just to scan it. When you do scan your card, the parents are able to keep track of what items are purchased. So if you see that your child is eating cookies and chips every day, you might want to have a conversation with them. So how it works is that on this side of the lunchroom, the daily special is always served. And that's the special that's always listed on the menu that gets sent home. And it's also posted on the district website. So the special is here, and then you'll also find salads, they have a taco bar, and they have a nacho bar. Salads, taco bar, and nacho bar are every day. The special is the only thing that changes. On the inside of these doors, it's kind of shaped like a horseshoe. So as we round the corner in the middle, there's going to be chicken sandwiches, cheeseburgers, and pizza. Those are also served every day. And then as we round this side, there's kind of, I like to call it almost like a subway. You can pick your bread, you can pick your meat, you can pick your cheese, and then you can pick your vegetables. And make your own, the lunch ladies will make your sandwich for you, and then you can check out. Starting in October or November, there's also soups served daily. They're made at the high school. They're incredible. I strongly urge the students to try the soups. They're very good. This is where they usually hang out. This is the a la carte line. There's pizza here also. There's soft pretzels. You can also get nachos over here. And there's chips and cookies. Cookies are always a big seller. And then different types of like vitamin water or juices are back there. Pizza is a big seller, so we have pizza located in the main area. We have it in the a la carte, and then some days we actually have an express station in the back of the cafeteria, and that has pizza as well. So the students are able to get in and out and get their lunches as quickly as possible. Questions so far? Okay. So after you use your ID and you get your food and you come sit down, you should have, well, you get 25 minutes for each lunch period, but that can also change depending on when your table is called and stuff like that. So make sure that you're always eating first and then talking, because some students just start talking and then the time's up and they're not really taking full advantage of their lunch hour. All food that is opened in the lunchroom cannot leave the lunchroom. So if you open a bag of chips and you eat 3/4 of it, you can't take that quarter back to your locker and say, I'm going to eat it later. If it's open, it's got to stay in the lunchroom, which means that you're going to have to probably throw it away. So try and make sure that you only order or buy whatever you think you're going to eat. Lunchroom supervisors will dismiss all tables. We'll come around, we'll check the tabletop, we'll check the floor around, and then once you're set to go, you may exit. And then if you have silent reading next, you can go to your locker, grab your silent reading book, and then get to class. How am I doing on time? Who's my time person? How am I doing?
We're done.
Oh, well. Is there any questions? Yes?
If he's bringing his own lunch, if any items are left in the lunchbox that are not open, is he allowed to keep them in the lunchbox and just put it back in his locker as long as they're not open in the hallway area?
Exactly.
Okay.
We've had a lot of students that take open beverages or open chips, and then they'll drop and then they'll get stepped on. It's just but if it's in a contained area and he's taking it right back to his locker, I think that would be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much time do we get?
25 minutes. Yep. Any other questions? Okay, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day, and if you have any questions, honestly, don't hesitate to come see me.